We now know who the CDC is recommending get a third Pfizer COVID-19 shot, but even our state leaders admit it's not black and white.
This is a very confusing situation.
Certain groups like those 65 and older can walk into a clinic tonight and receive that third dose. As WAAY 31 anchor Megan Rayner reports, most people will still need to take into account their own circumstances before making a decision.
State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris even admitted this final recommendation that came down early this morning from the CDC was not entirely what the state expected, but he stands by it. These recommendations only apply to those who received their second dose of the Pfizer vaccine 6 months ago. Within that group, people 65 years or older and those living in long-term care settings should receive the third dose. In addition, people 50 and older with underlying medical conditions are also recommended for that third shot. However, here's where things get a little confusing. The CDC says there are additional groups that may receive the booster dose. Harris says basically this means it's more fluid whether or not just because you fall under this next category, you need the booster shot. This group includes anyone 18 to 49 with underlying conditions and anyone 18 and older who are at an increased risk based on where they work. He says this includes people like healthcare workers, first responders, or educators.
If you have a job where you're face to face, within 6 feet with lots of different people from lots of different households, especially if you don't know their vaccination status, then you're, somebody that's at significant risk. I mean, and I think you can imagine a lot of situations that applies to.
Harris says if you're unsure whether or not to get that third shot, have a discussion with your doctor. He pointed out right now Pfizer's 2-dose vaccine is authorized for people 16 and older, but none of these booster recommendations include teenagers. He says he expects more guidance soon on whether or not those teens could get booster shots in the future. Megan Rayner, WAAY 31 News.